Hey everyone, this is Rick. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about using data from Canvas to help your students succeed in your course. Now, we're going to be developing in the future some tools that will employ outcomes for this purpose. What I'm going to show you today are some simple things that Canvas already produces and that you can make yourself by using Excel and exporting the gradebook from Canvas. This video is also accompanied by another video from David Lidman that I hope you'll watch. It's very interesting and gives you a sense of what we're trying to do here and what kind of tools we're trying to develop for you. Okay, so let's get started. So this is the beginning point, your Canvas class, the front page. And we're going to just go to this button right here, Course Analytics. So we're going to go right in there. Now you see a bunch of different information, and the first thing that you come to are page views. What is this showing? This is an online class, and what you see here are the number of times that particular pages have been viewed in your course. Now the blue columns are the assignments in your course. So you can see how often students are looking at the particular assignments. And when you hover over these, you'll see exactly which page it is that students are looking at. The next thing that you'll see are assignments. And this shows you the timeliness with which students have been turning in the assignments in your course. So this might tell you something about did students not understand when a due date was, or was the assignment too difficult and they weren't able to complete it on time? Information like that. So the third thing that you can see in the Canvas analytics are the activity by student. And here I've just shown you the activities and not the students that would show up there on the left-hand side. And this can give you a sense of which particular students are struggling in your course, if they have a lot of late submissions, or they're not looking at the pages in your course very often, or if they've got a low current score in your course. So these are things that you can look at all in real time during your course. It's important to check these things early. So we know that if students are not participating early, for example, studies show that if students don't read the first chapter in a book, they're probably going to fail your course. About 95% of them, if they haven't read the first chapter, will fail the course. And about 77%, as David Lidman says in this other video, fail the course if they haven't watched, if they haven't read any chapter, any particular chapter. If they've skipped a chapter in your course, they're going to fail about 77% of the time. So it's important to check early and continuously through the quarter. These data that Canvas generates for you here can give you a general sense of how students are doing in the course. What I'm going to do now is dig in a little bit deeper, and we're going to go into the gradebook and look at other ways to get evidence about how your course is going and what you might be able to do to make an adjustment and maximize student success. So here's a gradebook. There's some activities, some assignments defined here with grades. What I'm going to ask you to do is go down to the right-hand side of your gradebook and look there. If you are using grading categories, then you have some aggregated information about how students are doing in particular classes of activities in your course. So here we've got homework, journals, and discussions defined. So that's all the homework in your course, all the discussions, all the journals. And we can use that. So what we're going to do is take those data from those columns, those grading categories, and we're going to export them out of the gradebook. We're going to take the whole gradebook, in fact, and then just focus on those. And the operations that I'm showing you today, I'll have detailed in a document that accompanies this video. For now, I'm just going to talk about the output of those and what they mean. So here are 3 grading categories. You can call them participation, homework, and quizzes, and then the student's current score that they're getting in the classroom. And you can see the quizzes are quite a bit lower than current score or homework, about 20 points lower. So that might cause you to wonder, what's going on with quizzes that are making them so difficult for students? Are my questions and my quizzes matching up with the work that I'm asking them to do in homework? What's going on that's causing them to score poorly in this particular case? It's difficult to get that kind of data from Canvas, the analytics that Canvas generates automatically. You can really only tell if students are kind of late in their assignments or not turning them in. You can't really tell in a comparison, what they're doing in the different activities. And we're going to go even a little bit deeper, so we're going to dig down into quizzes and look at students' performance on that activity. So here we can take the student's score on their quizzes and subtract their score in the course overall, the current score, and that can give us a gap analysis of who's really struggling in particular on those quizzes. And so here we just want to focus maybe on these students here at the end of the distribution that are showing the biggest gaps with quizzes, and get in touch with them and find out what they need to do better in that particular activity. Here's another course, and similar kinds of grading categories: participation, homework, quizzes, and paper. And here the homework and quizzes are not quite so different, about a 5-point gap, a little less. But the paper is showing a 10-point gap between the score that students are getting there and their current score. So that might be evidence that maybe they're really having difficulty with the writing assignments for the course, and might need extra support. And so once again, we can dig down into those numbers, subtract the current score that they have in the course from the paper, and look at the distribution and see who in particular might be needing help. In this case, a couple had not submitted the paper, but there's a good 6 or 8 students there at that end of the distribution that you might want to contact and get into the Writing Center so that they can do better overall in that course. So we're hoping to roll out more tools for you in the future. Let us know if any of this is useful, and how we can further help you to help students in your course. And if you have any questions, please let us know. Thank you.